for you, it says, is it typical for the real estate agent to act as a go-between between the client and the lender? Sometimes. That's my answer. Sometimes it may be necessary for an agent to do that. And I've done that before. If I feel like the agent is not giving the proper service to my client, then I may be reaching out to the lender myself, saying, hey, what's happening here? Please update, my client on where her loan is. Is it in underwriting? Is it not in underwriting? They can help with that communication piece because as agents, we know where your file should be. Like you should be in underwriting right now. We should have had the home appraised by now. We should have, all of those things. We need to make sure those things are moving along, because if we're not, on top of that, your earnest money, your deposit, right, may be at risk. So it's in my client's best interest that I'm on top of that lender. So because in that contract, I probably have a finance contingency, meaning if my client can't get approved for financing, I could terminate the contract and get my client's earnest money back. But if I don't know what's happening with the lender, I don't know when to ask those questions. So, I'm, following up with that lender saying, hey, where are we in financing? When do they come out of underwriting? I'm asking those questions. Same thing with the appraisal. I probably have an appraisal contingency in that contract that says if this house does not appraise for the purchase price, then I need to renegotiate that contract with the seller. So all of those things make it a high priority that I'm in communication with the lender. So it's not that just the lender talks to the buyer and I talk to the buyer. Usually the agent and the lender are in communication as well, because we need to make sure we're hitting those deadlines in the contract. So I think that's what you mean, Mommy and T. So I don't think we're the go-between, but specifically with first-time home buyers, a lot of them don't know what to ask their lender. So we're making sure those questions are being asked up front, because that could really mess up your deal and put your money at risk. Because if something comes up, say on your credit, or something comes up in your, your job or anything, and you're not approved for that loan, you could lose your money. And so we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So we're in communication with them. But great question to ask. And I do have a video about who does what in the transaction. I would watch that video. It doesn't have that many views, but it's a good video, so you know who does what in the transaction as well.